Yeah, that's a bit dangerous in the caravan. We'll need to get that fixed before we go away. So we've had a note from the storage yard. No idea what it's about, but as soon as I know, I'll let you know what the problem is. Looked around the caravan, can't see any issues, so hopefully it's not too bad. So welcome back to Rolling the Robsons. This week we are at a CL near Hadrian's Wall. I know we've not long been in this area. We're trying to go to places at the moment that aren't mega far away because obviously the diesel cost, as you all know, is getting a bit high. So we've travelled here off a bit of a weavy, windy or kind of very steep road to get here to A68. But this CL we're on now, £18 a night. And for that we get electric, we get wastewater and we get fresh water all on the single pitch. So there isn't really a lot to this site, but as you come in, you've basically got pitches on hard stands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we've put ourselves on 5, 6, and then at the back we've got the big bus as well. And don't worry people, I'm going to move the car. I know some people will be like, oh, you've got your car in the way, but yeah. And also we'll tell you about our little thing that we had to fix. One thing I had to fix, and when we find out from the people at the storage yard, we'll let you know why we've got that on there. So we don't really have much planned tonight due to the fact that, well, it's been absolutely lashing down since we got here. It's just starting to go away, but look at the views over there. Look at the views. Right, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. We got up here at about nearly 10 o'clock, so we had a bit of a lazy morning. Didn't really do a great deal, but we're going to go and try and go on a challenge today, which is a place called Hallington Reservoir. Now the reservoir isn't that much of a challenge, but the issue is there's nowhere really to park. So we're going to park up, we're going to try and walk there and see if that works or not. And if it does, great, and if it doesn't, well, not the end of the world. But look at this view. So you've got a big bus there, but as far as you can probably see, if I just zoom in a bit for you, you can see all the way across. It's just beautiful, beautiful scenery to look at. So we're off trying to find Hallington Reservoir, and we've just gone into a village. It's about a mile from where we are, so you could probably walk if you're a bit more able, called Colwell. Little car park here, and we're going to wander along this road. We've asked a local on their quad, so thank you for that. Like apparently you can walk along the path we're going to eventually it will curve round next to the reservoir. So the first challenge is getting over the gate that stops the animals getting in and out. Lucy made a good point, called a cattle gate, that's what it's called. We're just walking along to the reservoir, and then our caravan is about here somewhere. You can probably see the big bus in the corner. Let's continue on. So we'll be walking probably about half a mile or so, and then it bends round to the left. You couldn't really check that well on maps, so it was hard to see whether you can get there. So we're going to take this path. We're going to find out if it actually goes to the reservoir. Otherwise we're going to have to back up and go back a bit further along. Are we there yet?
No.
Oh, you're going to be a bodybuilder. So I think off camera we had a few lashings because we came here near this reservoir, and actually the path's been really good so far, but now where we are it's thick claggy mud, and we haven't bought any walking boots. At least she's got her brand new trainers on, which is not very happy about getting dirty, so oops. Now the path is getting a bit trickier because there's a big tree in the way, so at least it's going to be even less happy because it is very quaggy under here. Hopefully if we go under here and go right, we're next to the reservoir and then we're done. Oozy mud to try and get through here. Probably on the path it isn't too bad actually. What can we not have?
Motorcycles.
Oh yeah, no motorcycles. Have you got a motorcycle here?
No.
Okay, then we're fine. Wow, that is pretty. So we've arrived at one side of the reservoir. Hallington Reservoir actually has two parts, an east and a west. So originally I think it was just the west part that was originally here, and then they found out that there wasn't enough water being stored there, so they had to build the east part on the other side. You can walk all the way around the track around the outside of here. As you can see obviously no water pumping the water from other places, pipe work around I suppose, into the reservoir. So fun fact is to try and find when was it built. I don't know, and we're not going to cheat and go on Wikipedia. Let's go find out. We're just walking across one side of Hallington Dam. There's another side that obviously joins the east and the west part. So I think it's about 1.8 miles, the track around this part of the reservoir. So we're going to have a bit of an explore and get our steps up before some exciting stuff later that the girls don't know about. So I think we're about a quarter of the way around the loch, and just here there's like it's not really a canal, but like a waterway which has kind of been man-made clearly to take the water into the loch and around the outside, and they've got exactly that. And it's not a loch, it's a lake, but they've actually got like actual locks to stop the water going through certain points. It looks a little bit like you kind of get like on a sort of like canal, and they've obviously got a certain bit to block the water going that way at the moment, but the water still can go around that way. Let's continue our journey. Just under halfway around, and we saw this tree lying down. You can see it in the water. Been completely taken out and it's just lying down in the water. So we took a couple of snapshots from the tree, put a couple on the screen now, and we're nearly on the other side of the dam. And the other side of the dam basically shows that it splits the east and the west sides, but we're still looking for what sort of year this was built. Otherwise we might have to use Wikipedia. I'm sure there's a sign somewhere. So we're just wandering along the main dam that separates, like I told you before. There is a west Hallington Reservoir, and then there's an east Hallington Reservoir. Again, pumping water in there. But yeah, so I think I mentioned before, but the original reason was that they had the west dam, and then they realised that they didn't have enough storage for water, so then they later on had to build the east sort of reservoir to fit all the water in. But it's quite a common place here for anglers. There were lots of anglers on the lake and around the outside, even in their boats. So we're about halfway. We're going to continue our walk. Still don't know when it was built though. So while we're there, we took the time to have a beautiful treat. Anyway, continue walking over the main section. We then found this sign saying slow to a walking pace child playing. So Olivia obviously wanted to get involved as per usual, and then all three of them decided they would do a weird slow motion walk and want to slow down even more to make sure we weren't too fast for the children who were playing there. Crackers. So the reservoir here was built between 1859 and 1872. It was completed due to a few delays, but there was a little bridge which has been across there that kind of, well, doesn't really say it didn't happen in that sort of time frame, but said part of it was done by 1869, as it said in the sign. Oh, another thing that's quite interesting is they've clearly got like an overflow section when it gets too full. It's nowhere near that at the moment, which then goes down. God, the amount of building work that's been done here is immense. So we're nearly getting near the end, or the kind of loop we've been on, and then we'll go back to the caravan and show you the rest of our day. Got a surprise for the girls coming up, so see what that is. So the girls thought this was a good opportunity to also take a race and a run along the side of the reservoir. Unbeknown to me, the reason I couldn't run very fast is I was starting to come down with COVID. Yes, running with COVID is hard. Go on, come down to open the gates. Be careful. Go and open the gates. So the surprise was that Lucy's mum and two of Lucy's sisters came up for the day, gave a total surprise to the girls, and while we were there they obviously played bowls and we had a bit of a barbecue. But again, at this point I started to become a bit less energetic, thinking I had a cold, but again it wasn't, it was COVID. So So since we got back from the reservoir, we've been having a bit of a chill, and then Lucy's mum and Lucy's two sisters have also came up, so we've just been sitting chatting to them. That's why we haven't filmed quite as much. We've played boules. Well, the girls played boules outside and had a bit mess about and other things like that. And we're going to have a bit of a tea time barbecue, so come and join us and get in the barbecue. So we've woken up today and for some reason I've got a cold again. I just got rid of one 2 weeks ago, but hey ho. I'm not really sure if it's something to do with the caravan or what, or just being in a confined space. Hopefully being out, a bit of fresh air, I'll get you sorted today. So we've actually talked to the CL owner. We're meant to be off for 12, but they've thought, in fact no 11. But actually what we've done is we've texted them and they said that we can stay until 2. So since we're doing that, we're going to go off to Corbridge. And we've lost one of us, so who's gone? So we just parked up in Corbridge Village car park. It's actually over the main bridge, so it's actually quite an attractive bridge. You pull over there, around the roundabout, and it's just in there, and it's completely free to park in there. There are some camper vans and motorhomes in there. However, it does say and stipulate that you can't park there overnight or do any cooking or anything like that. So yeah, car park's free, but obviously no overnighters. And then you can get down to the river, but we're going to walk into Corbridge itself. So interesting fact for you, the bridge was originally a medieval version, was built in 1235, but unfortunately due to lots of floods that was knocked down. This one I think it said was built in about 1675, which is quite impressive still going, because one of the issues we have up here in the North East quite often, is that we get floods from time to time, and that takes out quite a few of our local bridges, but the one in Corbridge, here with the beautiful arches, is still here. So while in Corbridge we wandered around the different shops, the girls got to buy some more books and fleece their mum and dad for a little bit more money to buy those. We decided that we'd go to a cafe called Massey's Cafe and sat upstairs. The food was really nice. Didn't know again I had COVID at that point, sat next to the window, so fingers crossed nobody caught it for me. And then we went to a local bakery and picked up some beautiful food. We will show you when we get back to the caravan what we got. Couple of things, obviously you notice I'm in different attire here, so there's a bit of a consistent issue, and that's because at the end of the video, like I said, I had COVID, so I was really quite unwell. Even to run the caravan back wasn't exactly ideal, and I was white out for a week. So a couple of things that were wrong. The thing that we said at the start was, one, the tyres needed sorting. The tyres were completely bust, so they had to go. So we've had 5 new tyres put on, and the other thing was, a little note, was just the fact that the people who own the storage yard, and we've been there about a year and a half in that particular pitch, said they wanted to know who was in that pitch. So we told the company that we use that we were in the pitch, and then they were absolutely fine. So it wasn't anything to worry about at all. So thank you for watching, and subscribe if you don't already, and hit the like button.